Hooray!
I saw some boys breaking into a window down the street. It was probably the folks from the Bilderberg group. They're always up to something. So I whipped out my gun and I shot them. They died, of course, but I'm allowed to have my rights.
Okay. Umbite. Umbite Kalekwe. Okay, audio is nicely synced up.
And of course, it's
fucking stupid.
I'm allowed to have my rights as a gamer. It is very...
I like this new character. This overly protective new persona.
I'm allowed to have my rights. Fuck you.
It's good. It's very good. Don't think it isn't. Hello. I'm good. I'm a bit annoyed because it's 14 degrees in October. What the hell do you do with that? But anyway, yeah. Let's get back into this. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, actually, yeah. It's a remaster. It's a remaster of Bells and Whistles. They attached a documentary to it. If you beat the game, you can watch the footage as a movie, because there's lots of cut options. Lots of cool things.
See you guys in a little bit.
Well, how about you guys?
Oh, we are. Yeah, he is.
You know, the guy really scared.
Let's go down to the control room.
Hi,
Tony has seen all.
I'm Jack.
Gotcha.
Hello, Jack.
Come on, Cindy. Everyone around here is totally flipped out. Want anyone else to get control?
Damn it! I missed the fucking. I'm gonna guess purple.
First time I've had the car the entire weekend, and I wind up in the middle of nowhere. Things are getting really weird around here. Keep your eyes open and watch out for the other girls.
Tony, you scared me.
Fuck! It isn't purple. I'm quitting out. The trap mechanism color changes from time to time, and you gotta listen in. And I didn't do that. I forgot. Did they re-record the footage? Yeah. Yeah, they did. They made a movie and then used the movie footage and made a game out of it. But the footage was intended to be used for a video game. This was made in 1992.
A little bit.
Well, how about you guys?
Oh, no. Why don't you go ahead? Jeff and I have some cleaning up to do first.
Okay, what's the color?
Let's go down to the control room. Maybe Tony has seen Oggs.
Gotcha.
I'd feel better if we switched the code again to purple. We don't want anyone else to
Damn it!
control.
I don't know. I haven't.
I guess
figured
it wasn't
out yet.
purple, but it was
I'd like
this
you to
time.
Stay in your room and be careful. I'm gonna check out the rest of the house, okay?
Okay.
Listen, things are getting really weird around here. Keep your eyes open and watch out for the other girls. I'll be right back.
Watch out for those gamers. Did they just fucking high five? Got him.
Understand?
You'd never understand. Just leave now.
Ah! Hold it! Believe this. I come up here for fast boys and fast boats, and I get this.
Hey, let's try one of these.
Cindy, all you think about is food.
Got him. How have you been? You've been busy the last 2 days. Didn't catch up. It's been good. Been playing lots of spoopies. You don't really get a lot of this madness working as original. It's fine. I'm honestly thinking of just buying the original copies. How do you control this game? It's like Five Nights at Freddy's. The little static screens at the bottom, you look through those, and you press the A button to... Sorry, you press the B button. I'm playing this on Switch. You press the B button to... Wait, is it the A or B button? You see, I'm using an attachment where I'm using a PS4 controller, so I don't really know. You press a button to flick through the channels, and then there's another button to activate the traps. And you gotta protect the people inside the house. But every now and then, the color code to activate the trap changes, so you gotta be aware of that. The OG game is only available digitally anyway. Oh, that's fucking bullshit. Press button, button does the do. Yeah.
You okay, Ashley? Hey, Tony, wait.
Hi, Tony, wait.
It's me! This I don't fool him!
Definitely.
Yeah, this is great. Look at him go! There's fucking ghouls in the house! Did you see that they remade Home Alone? They remade Home Alone? What are you talking about? The game or the movie? They had fun skulking around. They remade the original movie. Well, that's a sin. Got ya.
There's one right there.
Fuck. It has the daft Irish comedian bird in it. Girl. Bird. Is me fucking bird? That's gross. Why are these people after them, and who are they? They are party girls, and they want their blood.
Control. Control, you've got to be with us. What are you doing? I'm talking to Control. There's a camera right there.
What trap? Oh, that one. Okay. Damn it!
Kelly, what if they're not there? We just have to trust that they
We
are.
fucked up. She's gonna get killed by the vampire.
Megan, no!
This one, and I mean... See, look at that, death! Okay. Okay, I gotta let the first one bleep, and then activate the second bleep. There!
Way to go, Control. I knew you could do it.
Yeah!
Tony, this is all insane.
Ah, we fucked up.
I sent.
Mrs. Swanson, come in, over.
What's going on out there?
I'm at the point there is no sign of Mike, over. Wait a minute, there's a radio in the driveway.
One of ours?
Looks like it is.
Oh, we didn't fuck up.
Control! Nothing to let this happen to me! No!
Whoops.
Hold it!
Why is this one flashing? This one's going crazy.
Oh, we suspect.
Oh no!
Jerks.
We failed.
So, you're the troublemaker.
No.
Well, I guess you think you're pretty smart, huh?
No, it's Jack.
Well, Tony told me all about it, including the override in the hall. So, Tony gets Kelly, I get the controller, and you? Now you get nothing.
We let too many of the girls get away. Ah, we gotta save all the women. Wait, what? You're sucking eggs, dude. Yeah, we let too many of the girls get caught. We let that lady get bit by the boy, and then we let that lady on the stairs get taken away. It was... I screwed up. You think the Pope is after you? Fuck. How do you spring the traps? You press a button when there's a little... Hold on, let me go into retry. Okay, you see the flashing green light underneath the number? If it goes to yellow or red, you can press a button to spring the trap. That's it. If it's green, you can't spring it.
You go ahead. Jeff and I have some...
Yeah.
Let's go down to the...
Fuck.
Maybe
Why
Tony's
is
seen Oggs.
why is the Pope after you?
I'd feel better if we switched the code again to yellow. We don't want anyone else to get control.
Yellow!
It's not that bad.
Yes, it is. Do you realize it's the first time I've had the car the entire weekend, and I wind up in...
And a wipe up here, smelling like a...
We'll go water skiing, and the lake will be crawling with boys.
That's if Lisa doesn't...
Boys!
Go away. Let's go.
In the heat.
Cindy!
Fucking Christ.
And I get this.
Hey, let's try one of these.
Cindy, all you think about is...
To fight off the Oggs. We gotta tell everybody else. Follow me.
He is really flipped out.
At least I don't fool him.
Definitely.
This is a good game, I promise.
Sadie, you're making a mess.
That tastes like blood.
Yeah, right.
Fucking hell, look at that. The last year I made a meme of Pope popping bubble wrap and blew up, and there was an article saying it was sacrilegious and shit. And now the Pope just happens to be coming to Glasgow next month. Oh my god. Get a gun. Get a gun, get a spear, get a knife, get a wife, anything to protect you with.
Yeah, this is great.
I have a gun. I have a gun too. They're very good at protecting you. Here they come. They're hobbling. Gautier.
We have the whole house surrounded. We've taken control of all the traps and surveillance cameras in the house. There's one right there.
This game's great. I'd like to beat it though, because then we could have a watch party and watch the entire movie. And Twitch can't do a damn thing.
Calm down. Are you with us, Control? Control, you've got to be with us. What are you doing?
I'm with you.
I'm talking to Control. There's a camera right there.
I'm doing my best, really. Ah! Okay. Ok. Okay, I gotta save her.
Help us. Please trap that big hog by the back door so we can get out of here. Kelly, what if they're not there?
Okay, hold on. Here's a link to the article. Let me look at it. It's called Sacrilegious, and you can see the original post. Oh my god, that is you. Holy shit. Yeah, I know that's your old Twitter account. That is you. Holy shit. You're famous. I'm gonna bookmark that and save the article. Wow. Big names is a big times. Rock and roll, Jack. You made it. And who says shit posting doesn't get you famous? Okay, not this one, but the one after. There it is.
Way to go, Control. I knew you could do it.
Yeah!
Tony, this is all insane. Listen to what? What are you talking about?
Ashley, I tried to save her from the Oggs, but you had to interfere, and now you will pay.
Tony, I don't understand. This is crazy.
Don't be foolish, Kelly. They wouldn't stand in my way. Would you?
Fuck you!
Oh, thanks, Control. That was close.
That was really close.
Hey! Hold it!
Where are the girls?
Let's look upstairs.
Oh, you're back.
Sarah, what is going on?
The Oggs are here.
Oh, we suspected as much when they didn't show up for the delivery.
They set us up.
Oh, Victor, they're just hungry.
Where are Jeff and Tony?
They're downstairs in the control room. Someone else has taken...
Dee, check the back. Charlie upstairs.
Watch your step, guys. I hope Control's still with us.
Hold it! Nobody move!
What is the meaning of this?
Holy fuck. Don't trap the good guys. Fuck you.
Now, Mr. Martin. Your house has been under surveillance for some time.
Really?
A number of kids have been disappearing in this area, and most of them have been traced back to this house.
Damn, I missed it. Gotcha.
Her idea.
Oh, darling, it was your brilliant craftsmanship that made all of this possible.
Hello, Das.
What'd you say? I don't like this dude, man.
You see, Lieutenant,
More of them.
Been half-bled and left there to die.
poor creatures have just enough blood to survive, but not enough to become vampires.
Poor creatures. Those things are monsters, see?
Kid curse. Wandering about looking for blood, hoping one day to become a vampire.
Ew.
Vampires. You gotta be jabbing me. Let's cuff these freaks and drag them downtown.
Hold it! I don't think you understand, Mr. Martin, but you're in serious trouble here.
No, Lieutenant. I'm afraid it is you who doesn't understand.
Jeffrey, are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. What's going on? Where's Tony?
Control.
Tony's fucked, my friend. What? I don't think this is very funny. Oh no! No! Fuck! We were doing so fucking well! That must have been near the end. Do you want to know why I think it's near the end? Because there are 100 possible captures And we were on 94. The original didn't get that many likes. Copied got 22k and shit. Just watch the Pope will come to your house and be like, "This meme gave me a cream," and you were like, "Lol, let's get clappy, Pope," and then you will get down and dirty with the sickness. Let's try again. Imagine doing this all the way from the beginning, because we're doing this from the halfway point.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up too. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Well, how about you guys?
Oh, no. Let's go down to the control room. Maybe Tony has seen the Augs.
Gotcha.
I'd feel better if we switched the code again to orange. We don't want anyone else to get control.
Orange.
I'd like you to stay in your room and be careful. I'm gonna check out the rest of the house, okay?
Okay.
Listen, things are getting really weird around here. Keep your eyes open and watch out for the other girls.
Watch out for the other girls. They're really stinky. Why do they fucking high five? Oh, it's great.
Come on, Megan, let's get something to eat.
Cindy!
Yeah.
Wow.
Trap.
You gotta tell everybody else. Follow me.
Go now.
Tony, why are you warning us?
You remind me of a person I knew and loved long ago. But that could never be.
Call.
Kelly, I'm so confused.
I'm so confused. Shouldn't be. You really, really shouldn't be. Pew!
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, this fucking kid's ass. Whoa. Shriek. There's a dead body and there's blood everywhere. It stink real bad. Nice.
Scat. We have
Scat?
the whole house surrounded. We've taken control of all the traps and surveillance cameras in the house. There's one right there. Can they?
No. You know what they remind me of? They remind me of the putty men from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Ah, fuck.
Are you with us, Control? Control, you've got to be with us. What are you?
I'm with you, I just missed one.
I'm talking to Control. There's a camera right there.
I like how they sped up the footage there. It's neat. Their screams are infuriating. What are you talking about? No, it's not. This is quality television. This is fucking quality, mate. Saved her.
Big hog by the back door so we can get out of here. Kelly, what if they're not there?
The shambling peeps.
That they are, Meg.
That Ritter throws out. Ritter. Ritter, Rotto. That meme gave me the biggest hoot. Oh, I thought I saved her. Well, fuck. I guess not. She just got killed by a vampus. Not that one. But this one.
Way to go, Control. I knew you could do it.
Fuck! Blue! You're here for it regardless.
Listen to what? What are you talking about?
Ashley!
And now you will pay.
Tony, I don't understand. This is crazy.
Don't be foolish, Kelly. They wouldn't stand in my way. Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, thanks, Control. That was close.
Now what? Oh! I've lost control! Why? What's happened?
Hello. I hope you've been having fun. Now it's our turn. Pity you won't be here for the rest of the show.
Bye.
Peace. This is tough. It's difficult to be a hero these days. You gotta it's a lot of pressure. The cheesiness is extreme, but it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up too. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
It's fucking amazing, mate. It's fucking amazing. I love the cheesiness. Makes me.
Let's go down to the control room. Maybe Tony has seen the Augs.
Gotcha.
I'd feel better if we switched the code again to yellow. We don't want anyone else to get control.
Yellow!
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'd like you to stay in your room and be careful. I'm gonna check out the rest of the house, okay?
Okay.
Listen, things are getting really weird around here. Keep your eyes open and watch out for the other girls.
Where's the clap?
I'll be right back.
It's coming. Yeah! Fuck yes! Oh, I love it.
Tony, I don't understand.
You'd never understand. Just leave now.
Fuck!
Make me use this, Tony.
What?
Did you really think that this stupid little it's us? My family, my kind. You'd never understand.
You okay, Ashley?
Wait! Don't shoot! It's me! Listen, I don't fool him!
Definitely.
It's all good.
That could never be.
Kelly, I'm so confused. What's going on?
Oh, just relax, relax. Calm down. We're gonna be just fine.
It's not fine.
This is Kelly. Come in. Over.
Everything about this is not
Kelly,
fine.
come in.
Roger, Kelly. This is Mike.
This is Mikus. Some greasy gamer like.
Don't worry, girls. I got this. I got you, babe.
Fucking wipes the pizza grease from his brow. That's nasty.
Every gamer knows that the strongest pizza grease is how you get the best mate. I must consume more pizza.
Ew. Good. I'm glad that was your reaction. That means you're human.
There's one right there.
There's one right there. Here we go again. Gotcha, on a roll.
Are you with us, Control? Control, you've got to be with us. What are you doing?
I'm with you, shut up.
I'm talking to Control. There's a camera right there.
There's a camera right there. Can't you smell it?
Why is that the one? Use the trap, use the trap, use the trap. Got it. Okay, she's saved. She didn't get bit.
We just have to trust that they are making home.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Feel the pizza between my crime.
Okay, not the first one. But the second one. Yeah! Pizza is always in the middle of crime. It really is. Have you noticed in every, like, crime thriller there's fucking pizza? This isn't a bit, it's true.
It's true?
That's true, and now I want some crime. Pizza.
I don't understand. This is crazy.
Don't be foolish, Kelly. They wouldn't stand in my way. Would you?
I would. That's because I'm not a penniless hippie.
Thanks, Control. That was close.
That was really close. Fucking shit. I love how we always come back to it just being shot. It's great.
Hey, what is that thing? We're going in.
Gotta keep my eye out for any more of those ghouly dudes.
Check the back. Charlie upstairs.
Watch your step, guys. I hope Control's still with us.
They are. They just saved my life.
Kelly, you all right?
Kelly, you're alright. Don't spring the trap. Don't trap the good guys. Gotcha, Beef.
Oh, Mr. Martin, your house has been under surveillance for some time.
Really?
A number of kids have been disappearing in this area, and most of them have been traced back to this house.
Help me understand that, would you please?
He coming. He coming. He hobbling. Bitch. I need a sip. Just imagine him in his knight cosplay suit saving little damsels. Mustache! It was 92. The 80s had just finished.
Darling, it was your brilliant
So mustaches were still a thing.
Hello, Das. What'd he say? I don't like this dude, man.
You see, Lieutenant.
Him who's been half-bled and left there to die.
Poor creatures have just enough blood to survive, but not enough to become vampires.
Poor creatures. Those things are...
Those things are fucking predators!
Curse. Wandering about looking for blood, hoping one day to become a vampire.
Ew.
Vampires. You gotta be jabbing me. Let's cuff these freaks and drag them downtown.
Hold it! I don't think you understand, Mr. Martin, but you're in serious trouble here.
No, Lieutenant. I'm afraid it is you who doesn't understand.
Jeffrey, are you all right?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. What's going on? Where's Tony?
What's going on? Where's Tony? I'm the cool guy of the group. God damn it, we miss that bit every time. Don't spring this. Aha! Gotcha!
What are we going to do with the others?
Don't worry about them. Now, let's go and get that phony.
I'm trying! There's only so much I could do with trap buttons.
She went up the stairs.
Oh, Victor.
After you, my dear.
Appelle-toi, ma chérie.
Oh, this is so fun, my darling.
Use the trap.
I'm trying to.
A closet trap!
But it was going to be a surprise.
Thanks.
MP.
Help me, please. Use the traps.
I'm using the trap, shut up! Not the wall trap! No!
You're the only one that can save me. You're all mine now.
My controls have been taken away. Wait. Did I do it?
Thanks, Control. You just saved my life. And you were very good. You saved all my friends. Trapped most of the Oggs. I'll bet with a little practice you could be perfect.
I missed 33 of them. We fucking did it. Dana Plato. That's like one of those weird Japanese TV shows. It's people sitting on the toilet and then getting pranked. Yes. The fucking ski bed with their arse out. It's a classic. I love it. J. Bill Jones. Speaking of cheesy shit, you bought Ground Zero Texas. Awesome. Woohoo! Night Trap! Night Fap! Whoa! Some of these I've never seen. Night Prep! Hard to think that it's got banned in some places. Boomers, man. They overreact over the smallest things. Shite fab. Ugh, that sounds fucked up. Theatre mode is now available in the basement. Does that mean we could watch the movie? I kind of want to start the watch party. Basement. Okay, what do we got? Watch all story-related videos. Dangerous Games, a 1995 documentary. A conversation with James Riley. Oh, he's the guy who fucking made Night Trap. Director Jim Riley's original timeline used during the production of the thing. Production images and scene of the crime, the original never-before-released prototype of Night Trap. Holy shit. I want to see that. Complete a perfect game? What else is a perfect game? Ah, not the production images. Oh fuck, maybe it is. Okay, look at it. Wait, what's the... Let Kelly get bitten by Sarah to unlock. Complete Rayman to unlock? Let Megan get captured in Hall 1 to unlock. Wow, there are a lot of specific criterias. The original picture of Night Trap. Neat. Timeline? Get both endings in the scene of the... Okay. We can get the interview.
My name is Jim Riley, and I was
You're very quiet, sir.
and director on Night Trap.
Interview time! I do not care for these people.
This is mid-'80s. Nintendo is doing very well with their video games. right? Mario Brothers type stuff. Sega is doing pretty well. I was working with Nolan Bushnell on a series of interactive advertising and interactive retailing campaigns. And I got a call from a guy who was actually my neighbor, Rob Fulop, who had developed Demon Attack and a number of Atari games. And he knew of a guy named Tom Zito working at another Nolan Bushnell company that had actually been presented. There was a guy, an engineer, who came in with this wafer that allowed you to attach it to a VCR and be able to interact with the video cartridge as your video source, but you could interact up to 4 choices at any one time. And they were trying to figure out what to do with it. So Rob knew that I had a background in live action interactive and introduced me to Tom. Tom wanted to put together some demos to take to Hasbro. And they said, so this is a relatively inexpensive addition to a VCR, and if we provide this enhancement, we can actually get into the video game business and allow us to compete. That's significant revenue, and now we're in the living room. We all came up with ideas, and my focus was more about these environments where you could go anywhere at any time or feel as if you could move more freely. One of the easiest ways to think of that is surveillance cameras. The first demo we did was Scene of the Crime to kind of test out, play test the idea of being able to move around through surveillance cameras and see how interesting that was.
You know, he might have been. I don't actually know who made the first FMV, but...
So in Scene of the Crime, the basic idea is that this wealthy man has a safe full of money in his library, and he has this new surveillance system where you, the participant, is the security guy. And he tells you to please watch the safe, and if anybody tries to break in, he wants to know about it.
Watch them with the cameras. If anyone tries anything, I want to know about it.
Then you can move around the house, switching cameras, to try to follow what's going on. Of course, everybody has a plot to steal the money. So you're trying to figure out who's involved, how it happens, and then after a 3 to 5 minute quick period, sure enough, somebody stole the money. The lights were out. It was hard to tell exactly who it was. You couldn't just sit in the room to figure it out. And then he says, okay, who did it? And then you guess. So really simple concept, but 4 of us flew back to Hasbro, pitched it to Stephen Hasenfeld and a boardroom of 22 executives. That day we got funding, significant funding, to start what became Digital Pictures. Then they said, okay, we want to do a title that uses this. And at that point, I was working on a number of other things, but I felt like surveillance cameras is great, but to have more effect on what happens, rather than just an observer looking at what's going on, if we could create some device that allowed participants to feel more engaged and be able to subtly change the story. Again, not branching or changing the ending, but in fact, be able to do something and watch how the story changes. And have to play it multiple times to really understand the subtleties of that. And that was the traps, which could be done even within this very limited environment. What happened, though, was, you know, everybody started to realize, wow, this is tricky stuff. Part of it is that there was never a real formula. Hasbro decided that it didn't want to move forward. They began, I think, to understand that this is a significant investment. This is like starting a studio. We all went away, 1989, and then in 1992, Tom negotiated a deal with Sega, who had come up with the Sega CD, which was just powerful enough to stream. Back then, it's Donkey Kong, it's Mario Brothers, you know, really simple pixelated graphics. And so all of a sudden, there was this option to play or experience a live-action interactive world that was all photoreal with real people, etc. So that I think was the initial excitement. And so when the Sega CD came out, you know, everybody was just hats and horns, and this is fantastic, and look, we can interact with this. And we had a number of really interesting people that were experimenting, is really the best way to say it, with this sort of new platform. Not quite sure what it was. And everything from writers who were, you know, having constructive arguments about interactive narrative, which is very tricky, right? A lot of people will say, we don't want people to look the wrong way or be doing, we want to control their experience, and to give this to novice or non-filmmakers, it goes against everything that they've been trained to do. The other side of that is the game, is a video game. And a video game, a really good video game, is you have full control. You're actually, the world is very believable, full of fascinating characters, and you're motivated to do a number of things to achieve whatever the goal is. But it's a high level of interactivity, right? And that's more important than the believability of your environment, right? So those are the two extremes. Even back then, those were the two extremes. But there was this funny gray area, and nobody quite knew what to make of it. You know, we called it FMV or live action interactive or whatever those things were. We'd bring in a writer, a director, a game designer, a software programmer. There were all these different people sitting around a table speaking completely different languages, having very different sensibilities, trying to find some common ground. The first concept was to take the sort of wealthy guy and, you know, with a safe full of money to the extreme. So it was a billionaire who had, you know, Fort Knox in his house, modern house in Lake Tahoe. He was able to do this with comfort and leave, knowing that he had this next generation security system, which included the latest surveillance cameras and also these traps and gadgets that would allow would allow the 24/7 security team to be able to trap any potential intruders. And so happens one weekend, his daughter shows up for a slumber party with all of her teenage friends, and the house is attacked by ninja burglars. And the reason I thought ninjas would be the cool approach would be that they move in the shadows. You start off with this really simple, clean concept that, you know, could be refined and really have an edge to it and a look and stuff, and you end up with this thing that is a combination of bad notes over time. And somehow it went from ninjas focused on getting the money, you know, and the girls being able to, you know, they were sort of not the key, but they were very much caught in the mix, to vampires. There was this thing called reproducible violence. It's the first time I had heard that term, but it turns out to be a very real thing. And Hasbro in particular was very concerned about that. So we went into kind of the supernatural realm with the vampire. And they said, no, we don't want to see, you know, vampires biting the girls. So these were toothless vampires, and they could not move too quickly. So they actually had to be kind of sick. So they had to be toothless, sick vampires. I mean, it just kept getting worse. And the AUG term came because they really needed blood, and the only way they could get it was to auger in with a device like the trocar. That cleared as a non-reproducible violence. I thought that in our effort to homogenize this thing and make it more friendly and less scary, it actually was pretty creepy in terms of these, you know, strange characters walking around with the trocar. In this case, the script writing was so bizarre because you had to do two things. You had to create a world, then you had to navigate within that world. You had technical limits of what you could actually do, but you were cheating that to make it look like you could do anything. So that was a whole thing. And then for the moments, you could write a scene, but the scene had to motivate somebody to go somewhere else. But the script was not 120 pages. The script was like this, right, with a timeline there. And people were going, how do I read this? I mean, you know, it's kind of like, you know, I'm here and what. Because everything was, by the way, time, right? Because you only had that much time for the scene. So blocking was very different. You know, rather than sitting down with the actors and saying, you know, what's the intent here, and you know, should you walk over here, and you know, where should you? It was like, okay, we got. You have 24 seconds. So how do we block this where you're going to end up going out that door, but it's got to look natural, right? Yeah. And you got to be out that door in 18 seconds, because in 18 seconds you're going to appear in the hallway. I walked around with a timeline. I think it became sort of a joke, which is, you know, where are we now? And I'd have to take the timeline out, and it had 8 tracks, right? 4 at any one time with stills, and I would be able to figure out. So it was tricky. That we shot days and nights, you know, sets and locations. I was surprised at how quickly everybody got into it. Right? It wasn't difficult for them to go, oh, I get it. Okay, so, you know, I'm going to be here, but I could be over there, and then depending on what happens with the AUG here, I might. And they got into it, and in some cases they adjusted their performance accordingly, which was a wonderful surprise. We didn't have a lot of money to cast name talent and that sort of thing. Dana Plato was someone who we were lucky to get.
Well, there's something about Kelly.
Woman's intuition again, huh?
Oh, Victor, you monster. Come on, let's go. We don't want to upset the augers.
All the AUGs were stunt guys with, you know, trash bags taped to them. But when the trap went, they had to be in a position where they were balanced, right? Because when they drop through the floor, they've got to be able to do it. How do you move? You do this. So that became the AUG walk. We had to figure out in the shooting how to be most economical. So we generally shot out each environment. The bedroom was one of the first sets we shot, and the lobby, or the foyer, was one of the last. But most of the continuity, there were so many other issues that continuity like that was the least of anybody's concern.
This guy is really wigged out.
Trying to create an environment where the cast, and to some degree the DP and the lighting guys, really could participate as if they were making a movie. There were other technical restrictions. They were very nervous about things that were too dark. I mean, the way it was originally envisioned was that it was really cool and edgy. And it turned out to be super bright because they were concerned that if it got too dark, that it would pixelate too much. Because the technology was so new and we were right at the edge. What was interesting is we shot Night Trap on 35 millimeter. In fact, Don Burgess was the DP and, you know, went on to do Forrest Gump, and not that Night Trap launched his career. I mean, Don Burgess, this brilliant DP, is having to essentially light the room like everything's got neon lights. And we were all unhappy about that. But at the same time, it's the first time it's being done, right? And there were a lot of people involved, and everybody was making their best guess. The shoot was tricky. We shot days and nights, you know, sets and locations. The post was very tricky. I ended up using, I think it was Ediflex at one pass. It was the only way to cut this, because what you end up with, it's a puzzle. right? So think of it as, you know, a 3D chess game where you're trying to figure out, okay, I got a little piece right there, and I got a piece that ties into that. In spite of all of this, it was a title that became very popular with a lot of people, I think primarily because it was one of the first to have real characters, you know, in a real photoreal world.
Sarah, we're in this huge house with all your friends. We have telephones, we have a car, your parents are gone, and you say so?
Come on, Sarah, what's the first thing you think of?
Party!
We had gone through a 3-year period with Hasbro where we looked at the marketplace, we did a ton of play testing, and I don't think it was ever clearly resolved what this thing was. And in fact, when it was ported over to Sega CD, I felt more concerned. Yes, it was being released, but it was being released on a game platform. And sure enough, you know, everybody was going, well, this isn't really a game. I mean, this is an interesting thing, and it's fun. And for a lot of people, they didn't need a heavy interaction. So the live action, real characters was more interesting, at least for a period of time. Night Trap goes out, and still a new market. Nobody quite knows what's going on, and I don't think the sales were that great. And then all of a sudden, there's a Senate hearing on violence in video games. And Night Trap is one of the premier, and I'm just thinking, you're kidding. I mean, because by that time, we had homogenized it down to the simplest things. The only thing that was probably the most violent was the trocar in the bathroom scene.
Megan, this isn't gonna work. You're not scaring me. Wait. What are you doing now?
If you saw the Senate hearing, what it looked like is somebody had just edited out the most violent things from different games, including Night Trap, and put it together and showed it to these guys who, of course, most likely never played video games, so they didn't really understand the market. But what they thought is, my 8-year-old kid is being trained to kill people. If you talk to the kid, he'd go, what are you talking about? This is like, not a big deal. So I think what happened is there were selects that were made, including the trocar scene in the bathroom of Night Trap. They said, not only is this violence, not only are you promoting violence to our kids and somehow subconsciously turning them into, violent criminals, but because it's real, it's actually more scary. Up till that time, it was pixelated graphics. And when it became real, I think everybody thought, oh my God, now this is really bad. I don't think there was a lot of understanding of what was going on in the business. I don't think that Night Trap, in comparison to some of the other games that were out at that time, was that violent. It did have its moments, and when you, just like anything, once you take those things and you put them together, you can make anything look like the worst horror film you've ever seen. But thank God, because two things happened. One is sales of Night Trap just went through the roof, and then they came up with the rating system. The irony is that Night Trap is still on the list of most violent games. And you look at what's out there, I mean, there's no comparison. The shower scene, it's not even a shower scene, but the bathroom scene with the trocar, it looks pretty gruesome when you do the close-up and you see the drill going into the neck, and I get that. At least back then it was, considered to be pretty gruesome. But, for some people, you have to look at the Augs as kind of sad. What's happening now is it's worth bringing back Night Trap and some other things just because there are a lot of people that would love to see it in better resolution, and I don't know where the film is. I mean, fortunately, I made a copy of the original timed masters, and those were, again, timed for this unknown world. So everything's bright, but even then, you're going to see a lot more contrast and a lot more detail than you did through the Sega CD. I'm hoping that the fans of the game will actually have a newer, fresher experience with the resolution change. I'm also very interested in people that have never been in this world before and don't think of it as a game and don't think of it as a movie, but think of it as live-action interactives. Today, you say interactive, and it's like, yeah, so what? You know, what specifically do you mean? Your computer's interactive, right? So back then, it was people didn't understand when you said interactive. They really didn't know what that meant. Or they'd have very different ideas about what that meant. So in some ways, that part of it, I think is going to be fun.
Oh, it just ended. Wow. Oh god, the game's loud again. Shit! Yeah, we beat the game and we unlocked some stuff. We just watched we just watched a conversation with James Riley, the creator. Fucking awesome. I thought that was Jim Davis! Talking about Garfield when I joined. Oh man. Yeah, sorry about being quiet, but I just didn't want to interrupt. Yeah, that bit at the beginning, Sega was doing pretty well. It's like, pretty well? What the fuck? The Ogs remind you of the nightmares from Monkey Hero. I'm going to be playing Monkey Hero this March. That's coming up. Just the way they move, the amount of work that goes into FMV games, you wouldn't think, but it's fucking crazy. What's Dangerous Games? Can we play that? We can.
Is this over here at this point?
Yep, it's right there. Okay. Here we go. And action.
I find that so extremely offensive, and the only word you can say to the manufacturers and the shareholders of the company is shame on you. Shame, shame, shame on you.
Mark, hold it right there.
Shame on people that produce that trash. It's child abuse, in my judgment.
I don't like it at all.
Mark.
Shame on you.
About 2 months ago, I saw the video game Night Trap for the first time. It is a sick, disgusting video game, in my judgment.
There's the drill. That's the guy with the drill.
Yeah, that is the guy with the drill.
We mustn't catch him or we don't see the gratuitous violence.
It's an effort to trap and kill women.
For the first month or so, I would see Tom and I would say, there is the evil man that made Night Trap. And he'd say, there is the evil man that made Night Trap. But it was a joke for a while. Then the joke started getting serious until a friend of my family's called me and said, hey, did you know Captain Kangaroo came on TV today and said that Night Trap was a bad game?
The danger arises when the subject of the software
Captain Kangaroo
is of a violent nature.
And that's where it got very serious for me, because I loved Captain Kangaroo.
Well, I mean, God, it was on the front page of USA Today, it was on the front page of the Washington Post, it was on the front page of the New York Times. It was so new, it was so revolutionary at the time that it first came out that it was ideal fodder for somebody who wanted to use it as a political hand grenade.
Your bullets can't hurt me.
It is weird to see them react this way.
The new generation of video games, and especially Night Trap and several other examples, in my judgment, they've gone too far.
You're the only one that can save me. My son and I, Tyler, who's 11 now, we went to rent a movie. And the gentleman said to me, he says, hey, you know, Dana, they took your game off the market. And I said, what? Why? He said, well, obviously there's a bunch of controversy behind it. And I said, oh, really? And that's how I heard.
Yeah, the game is to protect women, so they didn't play it.
You know, in any sense. They don't, it's not violent, it's not gory, it's not anything like that at all.
Yeah, there's zero
And
gore.
the object of the game is to save the girls that go in for the slumber party.
Way to go, Control. I knew you could do it.
Our state of mind.
What the fuck was that?
Creating some horrible, frightening thing.
So, you're the troublemaker.
It was really, how many Augs can we trap in the house?
Did I just have a stroke?
The guy from the New York Times called me and he said, we hear these terrible things are happening. That was like one of the first phone calls I got, that these games are really violent and people, you know, are really up in arms about them. And I was saying, have you seen Night Trap?
Oh, they're the Augs, by God.
Evil Augs.
They are evil. You can just tell by the way they're hopping along.
I'm afraid the Augs
Oh my god, that's perfect
horrible
meme
sex and
material.
violence scene
There are the Augs. You can tell they're
in the
evil
bathroom.
just by how they hobble around. And just
Here,
replace
X
that
marks the
footage
spot.
with
This is
anything
where
else.
Lisa gets it. She is in a nightgown, so I guess this is the scantily clad part. And there's, you know, an Aug in the shower. I mean, it was funny. You could hear people laughing on the set because it is.
I don't see why it would be titillating. I had on a spaghetti strap nightgown. It was cute. It was peach. I think it had a little flowers here.
The whole sort of reason for having that thing that goes around the neck of the kids that get nailed was to make it something that was sort of so phantasaical and something so non-replicable that there wouldn't be any chance that anybody could mistake it for reality.
Ooh, so scary.
A controversial scene.
This is
And
actually the reason why there's ratings on video games now.
We prefer self-regulation to government regulation, but make no mistake about it, we will move ahead if you do not.
The one good thing that came from Night Trap is that it created a rating system for titles.
I flew to Washington to go to these hearings. In the morning of the hearings, they announced to us, they told me, gee, you know, we're really sorry. Thanks so much for coming. We're really sorry, but we decided that there isn't any time to hear your testimony today. And then at some point in the hearings, Dorgan is reading from, he says, yeah, and it's a shame Mr. Zito couldn't be here to defend this horrible filth that this company is putting in. I said, Senator, I am here and I'd be happy to talk about it. You're out of order. Just, you know, be quiet back there.
See, these people are crazy.
That I actually did
Just
see
like today.
TV reports that the object of the game was to kill and rape sexy co-eds.
There was absolutely no sex.
Sex? I mean, unless
What
you're
is sick?
attracted to large, dark objects that go like this, there wasn't any.
Wait.
hey,
Actually,
did you see where she just bumped into? Good Lord. It's gratuitous, the sex.
At the end of the hearings, I walked up to Lieberman and I said to him, Senator, have you ever actually played this game? And he said, I don't have to. This is filth.
And I think that Night Trap was kind of thrown to the wolves as bait. Like, here, have this one.
I want to state that Night Trap will never appear on a Nintendo system. Obviously, it would not pass our guidelines.
You know,
We're
when all
playing
this
this
TV
on
coverage was
Switch.
Going on, I was when I needed the Night Trap footage, it was Nintendo that was like, oh, we'll send it to you.
Howard, I owe all the sales of Night Trap to you.
Want to sell something to 16-year-old boys? Get it banned by Toys R Us. You know, you can't keep enough of a supply at the warehouse.
I've had some controversy in my life, and I just found it interesting that there was some controversy behind this also. But it's like this dark cloud, you know, that just kind of follows me.
You know, I have this horrible feeling that 20 years from now, somebody's going to call me and say, Jim, we want to do an interview, you know. And I'm going to say, great, you know, is it Wirehead? Is it this new show? And, no, Night Trap, the classic, the great, you know, we want to get the behind the scenes of Night Trap. Yeah, I'm going to be pulling this stupid binder out, you know, every 5 years going, yeah, well, we had a lot of fun.
Mark,
That was neat.
Mark. Rick, will you tell these guys to stop bugging me?
Really cool. That kicked ass. That was great. That was really good. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do the Night Trap watch party another time where we watch the entire, where we watch the story clips as one movie. Maybe do that on Friday or something. To start Friday, to kick off the Friday, we'll watch a movie. We'll watch a short movie that Twitch can't cut me off from, because it's a game. Even now they try to play video games for shit. Yeah, it's an easy thing to poke at, but those types of people are dying out though, so it's becoming less and less common. Once the boomers start dying out, give it 20 years, give it 20 years, because people born in that era, the latest of that era, at least, are like in their 60s now. So give it another 20 years, they'll start dropping like flies and things might get better. Never mind that they broke in, have weapons, or wearing masks. The way they're walking must be... The way they're walking, they're bad guys. Don't you love it when us government is like, freedom, and then proceeds to censor to make things go away exactly? Must have put that in on purpose. Yeah. Gratuitous sex. They're right that the controversy around this was absolutely pointless, but also that the rating system coming out of it was good. There was good that came out of the controversy. Like most controversies, pointless or otherwise, controversies get people thinking and things get done. And it's good. Now then. America's so hypocritical, I hate it! Well, thanks for chiming in, right? That was insightful. Okay, we're going to play a classic today. You already see me hovering over it. Rise 3 cents. Fuck it, America. I hate them. Shit. Resident Evil. Boyle. The first one. Like all these Zoomers pitching communism and socialism nowadays. There's no perfect order. The only perfect order is that you break away from the system. And I know that's like, edgy. I don't need anyone. I'll go live in the hills. But it's true.